Well, I guess we're going to do another video. Cool. The sun is out. This is really nice. And, excuse me, I think we actually have a direction, kind of, sort of, finally. Well, I do have a direction, but it's going to take a little while for this to all kind of pull together. Okay, this is a tutorial video, a rough tutorial video. We did hands. And so what this one is about, this is rough. We're going to refine all this. This is about drawing two-point perspective, okay? And I don't know how many of you know, probably most of you we're all pretty aware, I suppose. Two-point perspective has two vanishing points, if you know the rules of perspective, right? And what happens when you draw things in two-point perspective is you can draw buildings and do all kinds of things with two-point perspective. It's really, really great. Often, though, we're confronted with a situation, if I want to draw something like this, okay, that's all I want to draw, a building, for God's sake. I don't want it to be a big deal, okay, or it could be a car, excuse me, it could be anything. These allergies are still bothering me. Well, what we do, this is a trick that I think I came up with. Maybe somebody else came up with it, but I'm just going to throw it out there. And like I said with other things, this is to complement the better material or the other material that other people are already doing. We all know how to draw a square, okay? So do that, and put a line through it. What will happen is if you draw a curve from here to here to here to here to here, you've just drawn a pretty good circle. Now, it's very easy to draw a square. You just get a piece of paper if you need to. It's a right angle, and it has this same length as this, which is, there you go. Classic square. But we all know what a tiled floor is, right? And so what I recommend to people is that you learn how to draw a square tile as if it's on the floor, right? Just, just do that. In fact, if you want to just practice with a tile and put it on the floor, here's what happens if you put the tile on the floor or the square on the floor. Draw a circle that way, you end up with an ellipse. And the reason I'm saying do this tile on a floor business is, remember, if you watch carefully, you have just drawn the beginnings. If you take a right angle and put it, or excuse me, a straight edge and put it up against that, a straight edge and put it up against that, a straight edge there, and a straight edge there. Your vanishing points, which are way off in the distance, are all done with. And now you've established, if you're careful and kind of keep your lines reasonable in terms of how they, remember they fan out this way, and then they fan out this way, okay? And think of a tiled floor. You want each of the squares that you're drawing here to look like a square in a tiled floor, okay? That's kind of rough, but it doesn't have to be perfect, but the more you chase after a tiled floor, the better your perspective will be as you do this. Now, what do you do now? You draw straight lines wherever you need to, okay? And notice now that you have what you need to begin blocking out, say, buildings, any number of other things that you need to block out. You want them to be in perspective properly, right? Remember the fanning out here, okay? It's all sitting there basically by doing a simple tile on the floor. So my little square tile on the floor trick is pretty good. And then remember that if you want to draw ellipses, right, you want the ellipse to be like this for something that's cylindrical, right? That's a trick for getting your hand on that. Gosh, I still have allergies, but I'm banging out videos every now and then. So that's good for now. Hopefully not too long, and we'll post that. Thank you.